With more of your questions, we now got Bernard holding for us from Macon. Hi, Bernard.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Godmother's Day.
Thank you, Bernard.
And what's your question for us tonight, Bernard?
Yes, the question is about legitimization. From my understanding, I paid an attorney for legitimization, and then through another source, at the bottom of the birth certificate in Georgia, it states if you signed the birth certificate within the first 6 months and you change the child name, it legitimates in every statute of the law anywhere. But I paid the attorney, and the child support treated me as a non-custodial parent. Do I have custodial rights?
All right, yeah, one of the best questions. I get this all the time. You have to understand that there are two types of custody. There's legal custody and physical custody. You kind of mixed it with the birth certificate versus doing the legitimation. The legitimation is going to get you, hopefully, joint legal custody, which means you're going to have a seat at the table making child care, rearing decisions. That doesn't necessarily give you physical custody of the child. The child probably still lives with the mom, and you get visitation rights. And so, yes, don't get offended by the term non-custodial. That just means that you're not the primary physical custodian of the child. And in very, very, very limited instances, you might get a split custody, 50-50, but normally physical custody is awarded to one party, either mom or dad, who's the custodial parent. And so that word non-custodial you were asking about just means you're not the one that the child lives with the most of the time. But legitimation takes care of your legal custody, your physical custody, child support, and your visitation all in one case.
I was paused because I just thought you were going to say something.
That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great questions tonight, y'all.
Yeah,
Great questions.
And you ought to, if you're interested in supporting, and you may be made to support, whether you have a choice or not, but as long as you haven't legitimized a child, you don't have any rights.
Nope, you can't. You're just like any other person off the street. That's what I tell my clients. If you want to have the right to visit, you may have to start off with supervised visits and then step up to your normal every other weekend, what we all call a standard visitation schedule. You have to go through court to get those rights. And let's say the custodial parent, not to be sexist here, can bar you from the door until you legitimate. And so it's unfortunate sometimes, and it's always very emotional when clients come in on that. But you have to go to court. The good news is, in my practice, I've seen the judges are very good about carving out visitation and trying to foster the relationship between the non-custodial parent and the child, even over some pretty insurmountable odds. I've seen some pretty bad cases where the judges have bent over backwards to make sure that the non-custodial parent, even if they haven't had any dealings with the child or they may have some problems in their past, give them a chance to know the child and the child to know them, because that's what the law would prefer, is that the child is not orphaned from one side of the family relationship. And so the judges will help you out there as far as I can tell.